Recording. So welcome everyone. Today is Wednesday, February the 17th, or Tuesday, February the 16th if we are in the US. And this is the Antrea community meeting. For today, unfortunately, we don't have any topic in the agenda. So it's pretty much the whole meeting will be open conversation. Therefore, if you have any topics that you would like to propose, please come forward.
I guess I can just make a quick announcement that we had a few releases last week, and we released Antrea 0.13, and we also released a bug fix releases for the 0.12 release train and the 0.11 release train.
All right, congratulations for the many new releases, especially for the 0.13 release. Okay, great. And well, I don't have anything else to add. The only thing that I wanted to maybe ask you today is this is probably more a question for the office hours meeting, but I was wondering now that we start seeing some adoption for Antrea, so there are users trying it out there. As a part of our documentation, I was looking that it's kind of quite good, but do we have also advanced troubleshooting documentation? Do we have documentation that explain if things are not working as expected, where people can look for, like troubleshooting OVS flows if necessary, troubleshooting the overlay, or maybe do we rely just on tools like TraceFlow for this?
We do have a. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, probably the same as you, Jensen, that we do have like a troubleshooting document, which is not very long, but it does have some valuable information, mostly about debugging the APIs and troubleshooting Open vSwitch. And I think we have pointers to NCTL and the different commands you have in NCTL to dump flows, for example, and inspect specific flows for services. I mean, Jensen's working on services right now, but for pods and so on.
Yeah, I was looking at the document. Indeed, you're right. It's a good starting point.
Yeah, I think we. I'm not sure if asking some documentation like runbook like documentation. For that one, probably we don't have. Kind of what we have is to document all the tools, commands to check a different state of the system.
Yeah, I looked at the GitHub as if I was a newbie, which I am, just trying to find it. And I didn't have any trouble finding the troubleshooting markdown document right under the docs folder. It doesn't seem to be linked in the getting started. So if I wanted to nitpick, maybe it isn't cross-referenced, but I think someone familiar with open source projects would discover it fairly readily. Maybe it could be improved. The other thing at the close of the troubleshooting markdown document, maybe it could be improved by just a suggestion of where to go next. You know, it tells you how to get logs, but really just a pointer to the, I would think that the place you should recommend people go would be the Slack channel, and then maybe the community meeting or something like that. But that might be something that would be useful to put at the end of the troubleshooting doc.
Yeah, I think we can take an action item to add this info. Yeah.
Okay, so following up on what what Steven just brought up, I noticed that the same document is accessible both from Antrea.io documentation and from the GitHub page. But is it exactly the same document, or are we maintaining a copy?
I mean, it's not the same file, but it is. I mean, it's there's a single source of truth, which is a markdown document. Yeah.
Okay. That was the important question. That there is a single source of truth, that we are not maintaining the same info in two places. All right, thanks. Cool. Okay. Any other topic? Any other things you'd like to ask?
I'm just curious that you mentioned that we do have growth in the adoption, and I'm wondering where they're coming from. I've seen clues that maybe people are looking at it because of things that Antrea does that other CNIs don't, like supporting for ARM and Windows. But do we have any other niches that seem to be attracting users?
Unfortunately, I don't have this information. Maybe Antonana and Janjun can answer. I'm just answering, reflecting on the activity that we see on GitHub and on Slack. But maybe Antonana and Janjun have an answer for your question.
Well, I mean, as you said, Stephen, actually, I don't know if you're aware of that, but there's been some activity in our Slack channel, some interactions with Google engineers working on GKE, who are looking into using GKE Antrea in GKE for Windows support. So
Yeah.
that Google has a partnership with Cilium for Kubernetes networking for Linux nodes in GKE, but Cilium relies on eBPF and just doesn't support Windows, and so they've been investigating using Antrea.
Yeah, I just didn't know whether they were looking at it only for Windows support or as a crossover to handle both Windows and Linux.
As far as I know, so far it's been for Windows support. And I mean, obviously, also internally, right, at VMware, we use Antrea a lot. So we see a lot of interest from different teams, and we get questions about Antrea there. I think that's it. Salvatore, do you think there's any?
Yes,
anything else we need to cover?
I don't know. At least from my side, I don't think that we have anything else that we need to cover. I will probably give everyone on the call another minute to see if they have any other topic that would like to propose. Otherwise, for today, this could be an extraordinarily short meeting.
Yeah, nothing for me other than congratulations to the team for getting the release out, and maybe that's a reason why there's less attendance, that people are busy working on the next one or taking some deserved time off.
Yeah, I think it's mostly time off and the Chinese New Year. Yeah. Surprisingly, the minor release 0.13 was the easiest one, and the bug fix releases were the most painful ones. So I plan to work on the process to cherry pick bug fixes and kind of like try to automate bug fix releases more. But it's easier to make them as often as needed.
I have a quick question to Anthony. I'm not sure if we should discuss it here, though. I was wondering about any update on that. Previously, we heard about the change in the licensing terms from Kibana side. If there are any updates regarding whether we need to make any changes from Antrea side.
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't looked into it since there was a blog post from Elastic about the change in license. I know there has been some communication internally at VMware about some recommendations on how to proceed. And actually, maybe that's something that Stephen has some context on, I don't know. But I mean, my position is still that I don't think we need to change anything because of how we use Elastic and the fact that we don't distribute it, whether it's a source distribution or a binary distribution. But I can look into it more carefully this week.
Yeah, I haven't heard any update coming out of VMware Legal, and of course, all the prospective users might have their own legal departments that would need to evaluate it. And I also didn't go attempt to read the actual licensing. You know, there's some of them, like the other one we went away from, actually had a really aggressive license that even prohibited giving demos, I believe. I don't know that the Elastic one goes that far, but some of them do.
Right. I think the Elastic one, at least last time when I was glancing at it, it didn't seem like so. But
yeah,
I was curious about, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it mostly affects people distributing source, and I think their beef was with Google, so mostly with people running it as a service, which obviously is completely orthogonal to Antrea. Yeah, I don't think it should affect us, but we can confirm.
Okay, thanks.
All right. 30 seconds for a final question or for any additional question that you might have. Okay. I believe that we don't have any other topic for today. So I would like to thank everyone for attending. Thanks again, congratulations again to the team for the 013 release. And we look forward to see soon the 014 release or whatever it will be
Which
called.
may be 1.0, yeah.
Yeah, I said 014 or whatever it might be called. And yes, we'll then need to have a big virtual party once the 1.0 release comes out. And I guess that's all for today. So thanks everyone for attending, and talk to you in 2 weeks' time, where we will go back to the usual Monday/Tuesday timing. So thanks again, and have a good one.
Thank you.